I wasn't going to make a video over Easter, but a few days ago, Grant Thompson, aka the King of Random, made a video showing how rice changes colour depending on the type of language used around it, which is obviously complete bullshit. I generally like his content, and initially thought he was performing a social experiment, or had uploaded an April Fool's video a week late, but in a later video, he confirmed he was serious.
So let's talk for a minute about the rice experiment from yesterday's video. The comments on that video were amazing, so let me just start off by saying, no, I wasn't high when I filmed that video. It was not an April Fool's prank. It was not a social experiment, although the kind of reaction it got might make it worthy of one. It was not promoting pseudoscience, and it was not scientifically conclusive.
The experiment shown in Grant's video is from the book The Hidden Messages in Water, which describes how thoughts, words and feelings can influence water. The author, Masaru Emoto, has been heavily scientifically criticised and has even declined a $1 million offer to demonstrate his findings under scientific test conditions. In the video, Grant explains how he cooked rice and divided it into 3 jars. He attached positive labels to one jar, negative labels to another, and left the remaining one blank. He then intended to say positive things to the jar with positive labels, negative things to the jar with negative labels, and ignore the jar with no labels.
So here's the basic idea of the experiment. My wife and I cooked up a full pot of rice in the same container the same day. We took 3 different mason jars and we divided the rice into each of those jars and sealed the lid on tight. The only thing that we did different was we took labels and wrote different messages and attached them to the different jars. One jar was full of love and positivity, the other jar was labeled with hate and other negative comments, and the third jar was left completely unlabeled.
After a few months, he found that the rice in the negatively labelled jar and the jar that was ignored had darkened, while the rice in the positively labelled jar had remained white.
When we came back to check 6 months later, this is what we found. Can you see a noticeable difference between the positive and the negative energy here? What's really interesting about this is these are just from labels alone. We didn't talk to these, we didn't spend any time with these, we didn't give them any different kinds of energies. All we did is label the jars and set them away and forget about them. I think that's a pretty stark contrast.
Now, I don't doubt that Grant did the experiment and got the results shown in the video. However, the experiment suffers from an extremely low sample size. Being someone who respects the scientific method, I decided to put this to the test. I wanted a larger sample size, so I used 12 identical jars, which were all thoroughly cleaned and filled with 50 grams of cooked rice. Lids were attached, and 4 of the jars were given labels with positive words, 4 with negative words, and the remaining 4 were left blank. Every day, for the next few weeks, I'll feel like a complete idiot as I talk to the rice. And even though the temperature, humidity, and light levels should be fairly similar for all jars, I'll be rotating the jars every day to ensure it's as consistent as possible. Grant's rice took several months to change colour, but I'm hoping to come to a conclusion within a few weeks. Thanks for watching. If you want to be alerted when I upload a video with the results, please subscribe. And if you don't like this type of video, then show that dislike button some hate. Who knows, maybe it will change colour.